requested under the permit for the enclosure. We never had a chance to actually perform a footing, framing rough, or a final for that structure.
Okay, so if there's a patron in the main building, they could actually go through that door to an unsafe building, is that correct?
That's the way I was escorted, directly from the old building, directly right into the enclosure on the patio.
Okay. In case of emergency, can patrons go from the main building into this unpermitted, unsafe structure?
Well, the structure itself had a permit for a building permit. The structure itself was approved and permitted, but they didn't request the proper inspections. But yes, patrons could travel from the main building into the patio enclosure, yes.
Which you deem to be unsafe?
Correct.
From the date that you did your inspection, from August, almost been a year, from August 7th of August 6th, of 2023 until today's date, has there been corrective or remediation measures taken on that unsafe structure?
Yes, they have pulled a couple of trade permits. They pulled a mechanical permit to try to address the unpermitted HVAC systems.
And when did they pull that permit?
I don't know the exact date, but sometime after my unsafe building date, they pulled a mechanical permit for the HVAC systems. What existed at the time of my inspection, there were 8. On their permit, there were 4 listed in the scope, 4 HVAC systems.
Okay.
They also pulled a plumbing permit to address the gang sink plumbing drainage that was observed by me, which has satisfied a final inspection. And
when was that final inspection done?
I'm not sure the date that the final plumbing inspection was done, but it was sometime again after they pulled the permit.
Okay.
And they did pull an electrical permit, but the scope is confused because, as I mentioned, there was electrical work that took place within the enclosure, and the permit itself that they pulled for electrical work claims that no work was done, and then it passed to final. So the scope is incorrect. That also needs to be satisfied.
In your professional opinion, are they in compliance with this enclosed structure?
No.
Why?
Well, let's start with the electrical permit. The electrical permit needs to specify all the electrical work done. It needs to be acquired. It needs to complete the sequence of inspections. It needs to complete a rough electrical and a final electrical. The mechanical permit that reflects in the scope for HVAC systems being installed, it is my understanding that that contractor removed all of the 8 HVAC systems that existed on August 6th of 23 and was going to just remove all of the equipment and retract that permit, which has never been done. So there may or may not be HVAC systems existing right now. That needs to be addressed. And the structure itself they have never even requested a footing inspection so we can confirm anchorage for the structure, a rough inspection so we can confirm the structural integrity of the structure, and a final inspection that confirms everything, including all the mechanical, electrical, plumbing, and building inspection sequences.
So as we stand here today, it's still an unsafe building, is that correct?
Absolutely.
Thank you, nothing further.
Cross-examination? How you doing, Mr. Rector?
I'm doing as good as I can. Thank you. Oh, no, I'm fine, thank you.
So your testimony is that on August 6th, you came by due to a complaint. And that's what brought you to the premises on August 6th, correct?
That is correct.
However, what you testified also was that the business had already pulled a permit for the patio, but it was incomplete and it was missing some inspections at that time, correct? Is that accurate?
The building permit had been acquired, but no inspections had been requested.
So in your experience, can a building owner pull a permit or can they request inspections for mechanical, electrical, or plumbing without the assistance of a licensed contractor?
Not a commercial trade permit without a licensed contractor.
So that means that any of these requests, any of these revisions, or any of these permits, inspections that need to be scheduled would have had to have been done in conjunction with or by a licensed individual or licensed contractor, correct?
That's true, yes.
Since the August date when you came out there to inspect the premises, were you aware that 1145 applied for a variance on the patio?
I heard that there was some type of right-of-way encroachment, yes.
And from your experience working in the building for over, I believe, you said 7 years?
Yes, seven years.
In your experience, can the building department approve permits when there's outstanding zoning issues such as pending variances or other type of zoning actions pending with the city? Can the city still approve permits while those are pending?
Typically, a zoning approval is a prerequisite for building to review a plan.
Okay. Now you mentioned earlier that after you inspected the patio, you did not issue a citation because you usually don't cite any businesses but zoning sites. That you would refer to zoning in most cases, right?
Zoning enforcement. I don't have the certification to cite.
I know you said you reached out to zoning enforcement. You're not aware of any citations regarding. Are you aware of any citations related to 1145 for the patio or the inside of the business or any? Are you aware of any from zoning?
I've looked at the case within Excella, and it looks like I'm aware of I guess maybe a court date was given or a pretrial or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm not sure of all their processes. Forgive me.
But you don't have personal knowledge of any particular citation. You can't tell us what that was done for.
I do not.
Have you followed up with the city to express any concerns? Have you followed up with zoning to express any concerns since that August date? Have you followed up since the original conversation with zoning to express concerns about the patio?
I have not. So once zoning takes it, they are a separate department, so I don't oversee them. They kind of take it from there.
To your knowledge, has the patio been utilized since your inspection in August of 2023? Do you have knowledge of 1145 patrons utilizing that patio?
I'm not sure of any usage of the patio after that day.
Has anybody called you to complain about any other complaints related to the patio or the building since that date?
I haven't heard of any other complaints.
That's all I have.
Cross.
Sorry. So during your visit of the property, did you contact the property owner?
I showed up on a Sunday, and approached the main entrance. Obviously, the business was open, and identified myself, that I was with the office buildings and I needed to do a tour of the project, and I awaited someone to escort me.
But do you know who this person was and
I,
who was there?
they represented themselves to me as management, these two individuals that led me over to the enclosure. But
the tenant business? Do you know?
No, I don't know.
Okay,
They've represented themselves as management of the establishment to me.
okay. And when you say the building that cannot be occupied, we're talking only about the patio, right? Not the actual main building.
That is correct, and the unsafe building is specific about the permitted incomplete enclosure, a patio enclosure.
Do you know who applied for that permit? Do you have like the name or the business or that applied for that
Not-
permit?
Not in front of me, it's in the record though.
Okay. And you don't remember?
I don't have it here with me, no.
Okay, thank you. Can the tenant apply for a permit?
On a commercial project, it has to be a GC,
Okay,
a general contractor.
Okay,
You know, just not anyone can apply for a commercial building permit.
So can a tenant hire a general contractor and that general contractor apply for a permit?
Anyone can hire a general contractor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Any redirect?
No.
Okay. Can you be excused?
Oh, okay. Oh, sorry.
Oh, you do have redirect?
No. I'll call the next one.
Okay.
You're
Okay.
excused.
Thank you.
Jessica. Is there anyone here who's for a presiding matter while we're on a little break?
All right, Judge, may we approach?
Of course. Okay, we're gonna take a comfort break so everybody can step out for a few minutes. And before we do that, let's just fix the record.
Thank you. And so, just for clarification on the record, during today's hearing, August 2nd, he is still in custody. And for purposes of today's hearing, his attorney, Terry Bailey, has waived his presence, and has waived, his presence for the, initial, witnesses that we've heard today was Ms. Jessica Gardner, as well as, who's from the community, as well as Mr. Tim Recklau, who's from the City of Atlanta Office of Buildings. And I just wanna have Mr. Bailey waive his presence on the record.
As mentioned, we do waive his presence, however, we are respectfully, in light of Mr. Dafe possibly not returning to court prior to the end of the day, we do want to supplement the witness list to add one person as a substitute representative of the business to testify later, and I can have a name for you
And
guys.
have you notified plaintiff's counsel?
I'm about to
You're
get on
about
the
to,
list.
okay, if we need to take up something about that, let me know, but that sounds fair.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Okay, so we're gonna take a break for a few minutes.
What do you mean? No, it's not. It's my
Johnny started to email with that. Take care of it yesterday as well.
I'm going to take care of instruments as well, and I make a note on the back of your report, and I will let the court know for the instrument know it's going to.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I'm on channel 5, sorry.
No, you're good. Listen, I assumed as much, but, I am parked at Pryor Street. I'm using the SWAT scene. You guys use the SWAT system. Or, Michael, do you need that right now? Or?
No.
I don't need it.
Somebody.
Okay. This might
Gotcha.
take me to
Just
30
wanna make
minutes.
sure
I'm
I'm
gonna
on
put the case up in
Yeah, I'm
submission.
on the, you know that intersection between Pryor and LP? I'm parked before the light. Pryor. Thank you. No problem. And finally, the tenant had to go. They didn't want the tenant. They didn't want the tenant. I've been there for this is our, in 44 years, this is only the fourth tenant we've had in that building. It's up front. And we own 65,000 feet behind it. We've got bars, antique shops, gun shops, boutiques. We had a school there for a while that was an Ackley school. We've always got one of their neighbors. You know, they were talking about the guy who testified and said it was a half building. I know that nothing was managed, we talk fairly often, it's the Dafe company. And managed for a lady named Ann Miana. She's the property manager for that company. Little free letters, little rock. You know, we're good neighbors. And they don't like the play. But neither do I. Well, the warrant from Mocha has been there 3 years. You know, she's moving in and complaining about it. It's going to be, well, that's fine.
I'm over it now, okay? I'm good.
He doesn't want to get, it's not available. We tried to buy pads, thought we could buy $200,000.
That's what I'm saying, yes, you can buy it, but it becomes something in your life. Because of fire, there's gonna be a million else.
Well, it's because the settlements we had, particularly in Georgia, have been so escaped. They don't want to pull out of the dentist. So you raise it so high. All state law. So they'll look at it, so we just make the premiums.
The city, there are witnesses, the city officials, who visit the property.
Yeah.
Were there violations prior to the shooting? It's gonna go all day. 6, 7. We have 7 witnesses on call today, and we've already done 2. The third one is getting ready to come up. Okay, that was yesterday. But yesterday we actually had patrons who were in the club as well as the officer. And they provided information to the mask. And he was trying to save them. He was here. Today, it's really the city officials. Because what I hear, faces is that the city didn't really do anything about the shooting. When we had this case, the property they were here.
So, did I get that right on the second?
Yes. We've already heard.
So this was probably extended well into next week.
It might, because they have to put up their case and sheet.
Right. And then she may take it to serve.
But she will. Yeah, she definitely will take some time.
During the case where it's the TRO, which I still stay closed. Yeah.
I believe that's what we want. She was on my hands, that is going to.
Yeah.
And so the way the TRO is issues that gets to the state.
Yes. That makes sense. Who would you say is the most compelling?
Like we were saying yesterday, I think it's because that, you know, I had folks in the community, we had folks, witnesses who were there on Mother's Day.
Yeah, that was the first one.
It did kind of throw, yeah, it did kind of throw things off.
But I think one of the most compelling witnesses was Ms. Murphy, who was there that night. And on stand, she was actually brought to tears.
just remembering that event, putting her back there, through that chaos and being trampled and just, you know, all the events of that night. Well, we do have her. Go back.
Okay.
What's your name? Erica, E-R-I-K-A, D, as in Danielle Smith. Oh, thank you. You wouldn't happen to be at Africa.
Yes, I am.
And so am I.
I actually went to the Boulay in Dallas,
Okay.
and this is karaoke.
I swear, AKA, y'all.
Out everywhere.
It's our time to shine, man.
Even in the White House, how
Yeah,
about that?
I didn't go to Bula, even though, my chapter, my original chapter is out of University of Texas at Austin, so my whole line was there because they're in Texas, but, I had this and other stuff for